If you left auto import turned on during the connection, you want to take a quick look at what was imported. Head over to your job screen and have a look. If you find that too many jobs have been imported, you can delete them manually or in bulk using the bulk action boxes in the left column. If you have ClockShark customers enabled, take a look at the customer screen and remove anything that you don't want or need. The same thing applies for your tasks, which of course were created by your list of service items in QuickBooks. You will also want to have a quick look at your employees. If your QuickBooks employee is imported, your employees should now have received a Getting Started email with a link to download the mobile app and their password. If you're missing any employees that already exist in QuickBooks, you want to just manually create them in ClockShark on the Employees page. Once you have added the employee in ClockShark, you'll just need to map the new ClockShark employee to the existing QuickBooks employee. Employees in ClockShark with time tracked are required to be mapped to QuickBooks for the export. You can map items in ClockShark to items in QuickBooks by going to the Configure Mapping screen, which is located in Admin, Integrations, Manage for QuickBooks. Mappings are how ClockShark knows which customer, job, service item, employee, and payroll items match which job, task, employee, and time off policy in ClockShark. So to map your new employee from the Configure Mapping screen, select the Employees Mapping tab and find the existing employee in QuickBooks on the left-hand side. If a QuickBooks employee isn't showing up, make sure they are active in QuickBooks and that the web connector synced after they were added to QuickBooks. Click the Edit button on the right, then select the matching employee in ClockShark. Alright, now the newly created ClockShark employee is mapped to the existing employee in QuickBooks. It's even possible to connect ClockShark employees to QuickBooks vendors on the Vendor Mappings tab. You can also map ClockShark customers, jobs, tasks, and PTO and sick policies in the same way. On the Jobs Mapping tab, ClockShark jobs and ClockShark customers can be mapped to QuickBooks jobs and QuickBooks customers. On the Service Item tab, ClockShark tasks can be mapped to QuickBooks service items. You also have the option to choose which payroll item is assigned to time track against these mapped ClockShark tasks. If you don't assign payroll items here, the default payroll items from the integration settings page will be used. This ability to override is useful for accounts that need to be able to support multiple sets of payroll items for track time. To easily see if you have any unmapped ClockShark jobs, tasks, or employees, click any Edit button on the Mapping tab and look to see if there are available items to select on the drop-down list. You will only see the items in the drop-down that are active and unmapped to QuickBooks. Keep in mind that the only required mapping are ClockShark employees tracking time and payroll items for regular time, overtime, and double time on the integration settings page. Unless your exporting time is billable, in which case ClockShark jobs and tasks must also be mapped. Most accounts will map everything in ClockShark to QuickBooks, as it gives the most complete picture in QuickBooks for job costing. ClockShark Pro customers can also connect paid time off policies like PTO and sick to their corresponding QuickBooks payroll items. Your ClockShark time off policies are listed in the left column. Select the Edit icon on the right side to assign the correct payroll item from the drop-down list. QuickBooks classes can also be mapped to individual ClockShark departments or jobs. In the future, when you need to deactivate something in ClockShark that is mapped to QuickBooks, start by deactivating it in QuickBooks first, and then QuickBooks will deactivate it in ClockShark the next time the web connector runs. QuickBooks will also act as a master file in the integration, which means it will rename existing mapped ClockShark jobs and tasks to match the name of what they are mapped to in QuickBooks. Also, if something in QuickBooks is mapped to something in ClockShark and you need to delete it in QuickBooks, make sure to unmap it in ClockShark afterwards. Otherwise, you may run into an error on the web connector if you try to import time to QuickBooks for something that has been deleted in QuickBooks.